Hi everyone, I am Madam Rosmaya. In this video, we are going to discuss on reactance in alternate current circuit. In this video, you will learn what is reactance and why it occurs primarily in AC circuits, the difference between inductive and capacitive reactance, the formulas for inductive and capacitive reactance, the effects of a change in frequency on inductive and capacitive reactance. There are two types of reactance, inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. Inductive reactance is associated with the varying magnetic field that surrounds a wire or a coil carrying a current. The more rapidly the current changes, the more an inductor resists it. Capacitive reactance is associated with the changing electric field between two conducting surfaces separated from each other by an insulating medium. The more rapidly the applied voltage changes in value, the faster the capacitor stores energy. What is reactance? Reactance is the measure of the opposition to the flow of alternating current caused by the inductance and capacitance in a circuit rather than by resistance. Steady electric currents flowing along conductors in one direction undergo a position called electrical resistance but no reactance. Greater reactance leads to smaller currents for the same voltage applied. Reactance is similar to electric resistance, but it differs in several aspects. AC through inductor. Refer to the circuit here. A pure inductor has only inductance, no resistance and capacitance. To maintain the current in the inductor, the voltage V across the inductor provided by the AC supply must be equal to the back EMF, but in the opposite direction. So V equals to E back. V for alternate current is V naught sine omega t. And back EMF is equals to negative L di by dt. So this negative cancel out. So become di by dt equals to V naught sine omega t per L. So di equals to V naught sine omega t per L times dt. So we separate the variables I and t on both sides. Then we take integral of both sides. So nothing here means 1. And V naught per L is constant, so we can bring out to the front. So the integration of 1 with respect to I, we get I. So integration of sine omega t with respect to t, we get negative cos omega t per omega. So V naught, negative V naught omega L, bring to the front, then times cos omega t. And I naught is equals to V naught per omega L. So we get I equals to negative I naught cos omega t. Then from here, we bring I naught to the right side, become V naught per I naught, and omega L cross multiply to the right side becomes omega L. And V naught per I naught is equals to the XL, where XL is the reactance for inductor. So the ratio V naught per I naught is known as the reactance of the inductor. So XL equals to omega L. Therefore XL equals to 2 pi FL because omega is 2 pi F. So this is first equation for the reactance of the inductor. So compare with the V equals to IR and R equals to V per I. So we can say that the reactance of the inductor is the opposition of the inductor to the flows of an alternate current and is measured in ohms. Next, we are going to relate the V peak and I peak with the RMS values. IRMS equals to I naught per cert2. Therefore, I naught equals to cert2 times IRMS. and Vrms equals to V naught per cert 2, and therefore V naught equals to cert 2 times Vrms. So we substitute I naught and V naught into the equation here, and then we can cancel out cert 2. So the equation now become Vrms per Irms. So therefore reactance of the inductor is also equals to Vrms per Irms. So now we have two equations of reactance for the inductor. Okay, next we plot the graph reactance against frequency. From the equation XL equals to 2 pi FL, so 2 pi and L is a constant, so therefore XL is directly proportional to F. So this means that the graph is a straight line graph passing through the origin. So the reactance is proportional to the frequency. A high frequency alternating current changes more rapidly than a low frequency one, since there are more cycles per second. Thus, the higher the frequency and the larger the inductance, the harder it is for current to flow through the inductance. In other words, it means more opposition. We try this example. An inductor with an inductance of 90 millihenry is connected to a 12 volt alternate current supply with a frequency of 50 Hz. Calculate the reactance of the inductor. Solution. Using the formula reactance XL equals to 2 pi FL, we substitute the frequency given 50 Hz and L inductance 90 millihenry, convert to Henry. Therefore, the answer is 28.3 ohm. Second example. An alternating current voltage V equals to 5.0 sine 200t volt is supplied to a solenoid of inductance 0.20 Henry. What is the RMS value of the current passing through the coil? So the solution is, we compare the equation given with the general equation V equals to V naught sine omega t. So V peak is 5.0 volt and omega is 200, and omega is equals to 2 pi f, and inductance given is 0.20 Henry. Okay, we are going to find RMS value of the current, so using the formula I RMS equals to V RMS per XL. So the easier way to memorize this equation is from the V equals to IR and I equals to V per R. So if you use IRMS, V also must use VRMS, and if you use I peak, V also must use V peak. So VRMS is equals to V naught per cert 2. So we use this equation because V naught or V peak is given in the question. And XL equals to omega L. So we substitute into the equation and substitute all the values given into the equation. So the answer is 0.088 ampere. Okay, next we discuss AC alternate current through capacitor. A pure capacitor has only capacitance, no resistance and inductance. From I equals to dq by dt, substitute q equals to cv, and c is constant, so we can bring to the front. And v is v naught sine omega t for alternate current. And v naught also constant, so we can bring to the front. So I equals to cv naught d sine omega t per dt. So the derivation of sine omega t is w omega cos omega t. So omega cv naught is equals to I naught. So therefore I equals to I naught cos omega t. And continue from here. We bring I naught to the right side. So v naught per I naught equals to 1 per omega c. So v naught per I naught is reactance for the capacitor. So the ratio of v naught per I naught is known as the reactance of the capacitor. So therefore Xc equals to 1 per omega c. and we can substitute omega equals to 2 pi f, so Xc becomes 1 per 2 pi Fc. So this is equation for the reactance of the capacitance. And Xc equals to V naught per I naught. So compare with the V equals to IR and R equals to V per I, we can say that the reactance of the capacitor is the opposition of the capacitor to the flows of an AC, and is measured in ohms. And relate to the RMS and the peak value, so we can also write V naught per I naught as VRMS per IRMS. So these are the two equations for reactance of the capacitor. If we plot the graph reactance against frequency from the equation, reactance of the capacitor equals to 1 per 2 pi Fc, so Xc is inversely proportional to the frequency, so therefore the graph is the shape of hyperbolic shape. So this means that a high frequency alternating voltage will put more current into a given capacitor than a low frequency voltage could. Thus, the reactance of the capacitor goes down as the frequency increases. So we try this example. A 100 microfarad capacitor is connected to an AC supply of frequency 50 Hz and of RMS voltage 12 volt. What is the RMS value of the current? So the solution, using the equation IRMS equals to VRMS per reactance of the capacitor. So using this equation for easier to memorize. And if you use I peak, so V also must use V peak. So I peak equals to V peak per Xc, or reactance. So we choose the first equation because question given RMS voltage 12 volts. So we choose this equation instead. So IRMS equals to VRMS per Xc. Xc equals to 1 per 2 pi Fc. And substitute all the values given. 12 volt, 50 Hz frequency, and 100 microfarad convert to farad for capacitance. So the answer is 0.38 ampere. So combine all the graph for XL equals to 2 pi FL, reactance of the inductor, and reactance of the capacitance, Xc equals to 1 per 2 pi Fc, inversely proportional, and the resistance is a straight line, constant. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching and listening. The end.